Why is it that our sisters are quick to blame the black man for everything that fails? But I haven't seen too many give us praise for things that go right. But anyway, let's get into this video. You know we're about to have an education lesson, right?
I hate to say this, but if we end up in a dictatorship, and if I end up not having a choice with my body, and if police end up having full immunity, if they decide to take black books out of the education system or get rid of the complete education system, um, that's going to be black men's fault. It's going to be black men's fault because of their dire hate for black women, especially Kamala. I'm not saying I love her, but she ain't Trump. Okay. It's gonna be y'all. Y'all gonna fuck it up. I've had too many conversations where there's absolutely no real data or real policy talk or real um stats. Oh, he's a businessman. If that is the only fucking thing you have to say after I just named all of that shit, you're the problem. You're the problem because yeah, United States is a business, but we are people. We are people, and the people still need actual, genuine leadership, even though I don't think that the establishment is genuine at all. But fuck, it's gonna be y'all.
Okay. I let that play because I want y'all to see it in its entirety before I chop it up. Now, I was looking at the caption on this video, and she says, I've had too many conversations where they just don't care and they make it all about money. Well, you live in a capitalistic society. It's not all about money, but that plays a major part in being able to be comfortable in this world, in this country, and to make our families comfortable in this country because I mean, we go through so much, right? So, and I really don't want to hear nothing about money from really women because one, y'all are quick to say how much you make, how much a man needs to make. Got to make so many six figures and all this kind of stuff. When majority of the people don't make anything more than $40,000 a year, which I have all these demands, but have really no way of helping the man get to that point. You try to brag about everything that you're doing, but when a man is not where you supposed to be, you got a problem with that. I can give you a personal story where, like, in my, I guess, in my, my first marriage or what have you, I allowed my ex to go to school first. Well, we both were going to school, but she knew she wanted. I still was kind of debating. She went to school, got a degree. Knew toward the end it wasn't going to last too much longer. But I said, even toward the end, I said to myself, if something happens and I'm not there, I need to make sure that she's making enough money in order to take care of my children. So she don't have to go out here and find one of these no count dudes and feel she got to lay up with somebody with just any kind of man because she can't afford to, send my kids to daycare or can't take them to my parents' house or her parents' house. Don't have any very little financial help. I don't want my children struggling like that. I mean, when I say struggle, you ask my kids, they swept them down. We didn't have money while they was growing up. But when I say struggle, they don't know anything. The first thing about struggle, I made sure that happened. Then once I figured out what I wanted to do, I went on my career path and we've already had that story. So don't say anything about money if that man is doing what he got to do to make sure you taken care of. Because that's usually what men do. In some way, shape, or form, we try to make sure that y'all taken care of. So don't think this is about Kamala, the woman or the black woman. It's a lot more than that. But anyway, like I said, let's get into it. We're gonna break this down, player.
I hate to say this, but if we end up in a dictatorship,
There's no way in hell we're going this country. is going to have a dictator. Can't. It's illegal. It's impossible. I hope you're not trying to say that we're going to lose democracy. Y'all see them eyelashes. Anyway, hope you're not saying we're going to try to lose the democracy, because remember, Kamala Harris is your nominee, not through democracy, but through donors, million and billion dollar donors who told Joe Biden to step down after your Democratic vote made Joe Biden the front runner Democratic nominee for this presidential election. But for whatever reason, the true powers that be, made him step aside. That's not democracy. And if Trump wanted to be a dictator like y'all claim he wanted to be or he wants to be, there are laws put in place, there are militaries, there are people put in place to make sure that does not happen, and Donald Trump can get kicked out of the presidency as soon as he tries to claim that dictatorship. That's just how this country runs. So this is not Cuba. This is not Libya. This is not your South American or African countries or what have you, or Central Americans, where you have dictators ruling, kings and queens. Y'all, king and queen, that's a dictator. But y'all love that king and queen over there in Europe when what's her name? Meghan Markle's when got married. Boy, y'all cried and had days off and drank mimosas and everything else. Celebrate this woman getting married to a prince, the son of a king, aka a dictator. So I mean, come on, y'all. You can't have it both ways. As my daughter would say, pick a struggle. You can't have them both.
And if I end up not having a choice with my body,
you have all the power that you want with your body. Talking about this, what is it called? This choice with your body, or this deletion of babies in the womb, reproductive rights. You have the right to reproduce anytime you get ready. So let's just stop with the wordplay. You can reproduce right now if you want to. While I'm watching this video and responding to this video, I bet you right now you could be laying somewhere reproducing if you wanted to. So you have every right. This is not like China. See, that's where the word reproductive rights would come in, when China had it to where you can only have one child per family, like years ago. And you come to find out a lot of these babies, because it was like a shortage of boys, I believe, or something like that. It had to be a boy. So you found out that a lot of those parents, these families, were having kids and then kids disappearing. These women are pregnant and then the kids, they're no more child. And you're like, what happened? Hell, they deleting these babies after they're born. Or maybe if they find out what they are before they're born, they were deleting those babies. That is when reproductive rights comes in. Here, you have the right to reproduce all you want. Call it what it is. Deletion rights. You want the right to delete a baby, to get rid of a baby, and all the way up until that son gonna come out. That's the right you want, because you chose, and over 97, 98% of you guys, 99% of you guys made a choice. And then in the end said, I don't like this choice no more. Let's get rid of the kid. I don't like that guy no more. He's crap. Let's get rid of the baby. I want to, I want to extend my career. I want to continue, finish my career, get my career going. Let's get rid of the baby. Silly, selfish stuff like that. And so, like I said, y'all want deletion rights, not reproductive rights. And most of the people I've seen that be up there about those reproductive rights, I always say it look like linebackers for, should say offensive line for the Dallas Cowboys in the early 90s when they won the 3 Super Bowls. But anyway, let's continue.
and if police end up having full immunity,
I got him. I say I stopped these in a weird spot, but it is what it is. Check out the eyelashes. But it's not full immunity. That's another play on words, or something that the Democrats or the politicians have said over and over and over again, to where you believe that it's full immunity. But let me I looked this stuff up. So let's look it up. It's not full immunity, it's qualified immunity. And this is from Cornell Law School. Just going to read a little bit, let y'all know what the heck qualified immunity is. It says qualified immunity is a type of legal immunity that protects a government official, all government officials, not just the police, from lawsuits alleging that the official violated a plaintiff's rights, only allowing suits where officials violated a clearly established statutory or constitutional right. Qualified immunity balances two important interests: the need to hold public officials accountable when they exercise power irresponsibly, and the need to shield officials from harassment, distractions, and liability when they perform their duties reasonably. So it's like subjective. It's basically what qualified immunity is. Because we have many cases, yes, police be out here beating on us. I heard police kill more delete more white folks than they do black people. But anyway, there's police out here being, police brutality. I know it. I know police can be. I've seen it firsthand. I know homeboys has been in one gang wearing one color, getting picked up by the police and dropped off in the neighborhood of another color when we was in high school. I've seen these things. I've known the police, beating, what I'm saying, people that I know, and this and the third, pulling, and they pulled me over. I'm a law abiding citizen, and I try to stay legal as possible. I've been followed, I've been pulled over for whatever reason. I've had not a gun drawn on me, but I've seen the police unholster, or unclip his gun, unclip the little, what I'm saying, like a little button on his gun while I'm up there trying to get my driver license and my insurance. I've seen these things. Like I said, I ain't had it to where it's been just egregious and crazy, but I've seen a little bit. I understand that. But so the problem with this law is, like I say, it's subjective. Police can say one thing, you can say they did something wrong. Now, let's say if police, a woman throws hot water, I'll say a woman throws hot water on police and then he dots in the head. Let's say a guy, like recently, I think out here, a dude threw a knife at the police and then they shot him and deleted him. It's like, I'm sitting here thinking, why they had to do that? The knife is gone now. You understand what I'm saying? It was multiple police. The knife is gone and hits nobody. The threat is over. The threat is over. Now all you gotta do is tase them. But again, that's something for the courts to figure out. Most likely the outcome, we're not gonna like it. But that's basically what it's saying. It's like it's subjective and it's you against the system. Because remember, this is protect government officials, not just police. So it's all officials that you're against, that we go against. The law versus law abiding. Or some of us are not law abiding, but anyway, the law versus the people. And most of the time, law wins. It says when determining whether a right was clearly established, courts consider whether a hypothetical reasonable official would have known that the defendant's conduct violated the plaintiff's rights. Courts conducting this analysis apply the law that was enforced at the time of the alleged violation, not the law in effect when the court considers the case. It says usually in qualified immunity cases, a plaintiff will first bring a suit under the Civil Rights Act of 1871, Section 1983 against a public official. This some of y'all can look up, so go ahead. It's now check this out. Let's say the public official will then raise a qualified immunity defense that protects the official from all but clear incompetence or knowing violations of the law if the official acted in a reasonable but mistaken way. You had that Bolton John down here in Dallas. You know what I'm saying? Deleted while eating a bowl of cereal or a bowl of ice cream or something by some woman. The story the full story never came out. We don't know how she got in the dude's house, why she got in the dude's house. All we know, we saw him, he's sitting there eating and she, you know what I'm saying, put some lead in him. She's in prison and she just came up for parole and parole was denied. Oh boy, that deleted George Floyd in prison. So it's not like they're getting away with things. It's just that, like I say, it's subjective, right? Okay. It says, I already read that. The public from clear income, known violation of law, acting in a reasonable but mistaken way. Okay. Now, check this out. It says qualified immunity is not immunity from having to pay money damages, but rather immunity from having to go through the cost of a trial at all. Accordingly, courts must resolve qualified immunity issues as early in a case as possible, preferably before discovery. So basically, they want it settled out of court and give you monetary damages. That's what qualified part of qualified immunity. And do you know who pay for them damages? The taxpayers. This is why a lot of people want. This is why it makes sense. I mean, for these people to be prosecuted and to go to prison if they do something egregious and against their training, or that can if it violates somebody's civil rights. Again, but it's like I say, it's subjective. You'll never get that changed. So you just have to know how to have a good lawyer to know how to hit it at all angles. Shout out to rest in peace Johnny Cochran. Let's see. Let's see what it says. And it's a little more. It talks about a Harlow versus Fitzgerald Court 1982. And I'm not gonna read it. It shows a few cases in here. But you get the gist of it, right? You get the gist of it. Like I said, I don't want to go too deep into it. And I want to get this young lady off the screen looking like this.
If they decide to take Black books out of the education system or get rid of the complete education system.
Okay. Black books out of the education system. Let me tell y'all something. They said, I read something today where it said that bookstores are starting to make a comeback and making a lot of money. You know why? Because it goes back to the things that I've always stated. You want tangible items. They got these kids, these youngsters, hell, I'm gonna say even grown folks, buying these books, buying these audio books, buying their music online, downloading. One, with music, your artists are not getting paid like they should a lot of times, especially when it's streaming. That's something that they have to deal with legally. Books, I've never been a fan of audiobooks. I'd rather have books. You see the books I got behind me. I got books in my room I'm reading. I'd rather have a tangible book because I want to be able to pick it up when I get ready, read it, put a bookmark in it, put notes in it, highlight certain sections when I'm ready and I want it in my hand. Cell phones, electronic devices. If you buy or purchase anything digital, man, you do not own it. It's more like you're renting. It's more like they leased it out. It's more like they leased out some rights for you to have a copy of that book and that you can read it. But at any time, that system can go down, viruses, spamware, things of that nature can hit your internet, can just go down. And now you don't have access to that book. It could be a subject matter on the law, qualified immunity, or anything like that. And you could be, just think about it. That's why I really trust it, because everything you do is being watched. You can talk about, let's say, a product and your phone be in your pocket, or you can text somebody, talk about a product or something. You could be talking to somebody on the phone and talk about a product or something. Next thing you know, you go to YouTube, go to TikTok, Instagram, or what have you, and that product pops up as an ad just out the blue. Just out the blue, because we all know that your phones are listening to you. So let's say you looking up qualified immunity. Let's say you doing research. You got law books and everything, and you found a hitch to where you can prosecute the police and get this information out to the world. What happens if all of a sudden that website goes down? What happens is all of a sudden, excuse me, your phone gets hacked. Something happens and all the information that you looked up on your little phone disappears. What are you going to do? There's nothing you can do. But if you had the books, the tangible books, it's like owning gold digitally and not tangibly. If you got it digitally, like I said, if you had the books, or if you had gold and you put it away somewhere, if you had these books, you put them away somewhere, or you keep, to where you can get to them, you always have something tangible to fall back on. Now, if these sun guns start telling you to pull your books out and we're going to burn them in the middle of the street, that's a whole different thing. But I'm gonna tell you like this: I bought records, I got books, I got them both. I got them digital and tangible. Now, like I said, but I haven't read. No, I take that back. I do look at like recipe books, but like I said, I got the actual book in my hand and I got the digital copy. If I got something digital copy, I've got the hard copy too. So just so y'all understand. But let's say I'm looking up a recipe and I'm at the store and I want to try something out. I go to that book and I'll look it up, look at the recipe I want, go to that page and get the ingredients, something like that. But other than that, like I say, but everything I got is digital. I mean, it's tangible. But anyway, if they take all the black, so my point is, if they take all the black books out of school, so what? You can buy them. You can go on Amazon. You can go to is Barnes and Noble still around? You can go so you can go somewhere and buy these books. They got bookstores you can go to, get them to buy them for you, half price books, whatever the case may be. You can get anything you want to do, anything you want to learn. You can purchase the book at any time. There's a lot of things that I've learned, that I've taught myself, that I've been taught, especially about the freedom experience in this country. Well, books I bought myself. Didn't learn none of it in school. None of it at all. None of it at all. So if these kids got books, these black books in the schools now, they privileged because we didn't have that back then. We didn't have that kind of stuff. Or if we did, we wasn't told about it. And I didn't make it a big deal with the DEI and all that kind of stuff. But now that you found them, they're gonna take them out. Okay, buy the book. Buy the book, have it in your own house, in your own library, and teach your kids, because you know you ain't talking about yourself with these books in school. Teach your kids, have your kids come home and read on a daily basis about their history and about whatever you want them to read about. They can always, because hell, there's always book reports and book projects that's due in school. Now you got the books at home. You can teach them, they can learn it, and they can go to school and share the information with all their classmates. And as for education, period, education is not guaranteed by the Constitution. It's just not. What's guaranteed is basically if something is offered by the states or the federal government, it has to be available to everyone. There cannot be any discrimination. But school, as a matter of fact, shoot, let me look this up real quick. I already pulled it up. So why am I playing games? Where is it at? Real quick. Okay. Okay. It says, is education a constitutional right? An article in the September, this was published in 2018. An article in the September issue of the New Yorker makes the case that education is a fundamental right guaranteed by the Constitution. It is not. They say, regardless of what the Supreme Court says, education is not a constitutional right. The Constitution does not grant rights. The Constitution guarantees rights. The Constitution specifically guarantees certain natural rights, imposes limits on government power, and explicitly declares that all powers not delegated to the federal government by the Constitution are reserved to the states or the people. So if the states want to have schools, that's where you get them from. But I doubt any state in the near future is going to just wipe out public schools. But be careful because you got these charter schools out and these public schools. Because let me ask y'all a question, especially y'all Gen X people that's my age. If you got kids, grandkids that's in school now, and you are a descendant of a freedman, please tell me, where are the white kids at in these schools, in these public schools? Look it up. I looked it up not too long, a few months back, and the percentage of white children in these public schools has dropped dramatically. The question, I know they say they're not having a whole lot of children, and I get it, but the children that they are having, where are these kids in school? Because they're not in these charter schools, they're not in these public schools. You know where they at? They're in these private schools and they're homeschooling. Pay attention to what the powers that be are doing. Because again, education is not guaranteed in the Constitution. So I'm saying that they wouldn't get rid of these schools, but the way it's looking, like I said, they're building up charter schools and private schools. Don't be surprised By the time the next generation comes, a lot because they've closed down a lot of schools in the hood, a lot of them, more than you probably even know. Excuse me. So anyway, point is, I won't be surprised if by the time the next generation has kids, there will be very few, little, if any, public schools left. Let's continue.
Um, that's going to be black men's fault.
What?
It's going to be black men's fault because of their dire hate for black women.
I wonder if she got a man. I wonder if she even likes men. Why would you say black men hate black women? What the heck? If you, I'm gonna take it personal. I can't think of nothing that black women have done to me to make me hate them. To make me hate them. I may not like things that they do, but hey, that could be anybody. There may be things that get on my nerves, things I may talk about, things that may piss me off, things I may joke about, things I may talk about with my other fellows in, saying when we mingling or what have you, hanging out. But you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna still go back home. I'm still deal with my daughters. I still see my mother, my sister, my aunt. Who else? My grandparents are dead. My aunts, people I work with, co-workers, still kick it. Still got love for everybody. Still got their back. And my family gonna defend them till the end. May check them when we get home, but in public, gonna defend them to the end. I don't understand, and maybe it's just me. Maybe we need to talk to a brother who really does hate black women. Maybe y'all should comment in the comment section below. I see the red pill, blue pill type stuff. I can't stand that. I watch it, what I'm saying, for some content, but when they start talking about specifically the other gender, I kind of phase that out. Although some of the stuff may be facts, but it's like, dang, I just look at it like, okay, I'm not the only one to go through it. Can somebody give me a solution? And there are solutions, and you just gotta. Sometimes it's a solution that you don't want, but hey, you got to do it. So it is what it is. But again, who hates black? I don't hate black women. I don't think as a group, black, excuse me, because I don't think as a group, anyone, I ain't gonna say anyone, but I don't think as a group, ethnic groups, there are too many ethnic groups that hate black women. There may be portions of groups that despise them because they are hating on them because of the beauty that they have, the attraction that men have for them because of their bodies, their natural bodies. Not sure on why they got to go get BBLs. You don't need it. I don't care if you don't have a great big rump. You don't need it. They just They're just those who, for some reason, don't like black women. I don't understand it. Because you know what hate means? Hate means you want to see them gone. Hate means every time you see them, you want to do something to them and you do something to them. Hate means when they come in your presence, you break out in hives. Hate means every time you see them, you're ready to put your hands on them. Black men don't hate women, black women like that. I don't understand it. But that's just me. That's just my take. I like, like women in all shapes, sizes, light skin, black women in all shapes, sizes, and colors. From the lightest of lights to the darkest of darks. That's just what it is. It's kind of like being a Cowboy fan. I'm a Cowboy fan. I get tired. Ooh, boy, it's hard to be a Cowboy fan this year. But you know what? Them my boys. I might even watch a game, but if anybody ask me if I'm a Cowboy fan, I say yes, I am to the heart. I just got to be because that's just who I am. Born in Dallas, born and raised a Cowboy fan. Nothing gonna change it. I can show them tough love at time, but nothing's gonna change that. Same thing with black women, but on a higher level, of course. But those are my women. They my women. They are ours. They belong to us. Regardless if they hard headed or not, won't listen or not, it's all right. They are peoples. And like I said, we all we got. So like I said, I don't understand. Now, Kamala Harris, she's not one of us. Come on now. Everybody know Kamala Harris is Indian. She's a woman of color, whatever, but she's not one of us. She don't know our plight. So I don't know why y'all keep claiming her and Barack Obama because they don't even care about it. It's the thing about you said woman got some kind of color and now you want to call her black. You want to grab on. You talk y'all quick to say that we try to grab on to these white men and white dad and stuff like that. But man, y'all grab on to Kamala Harris like she is Mary, Mother Mary, Mary, Mother of Jesus, holy and whatever else some Catholics be saying. Yeah, like she's the next the chosen one, and she's not even one of us. And she's not even married to one of us. But we hate black women. We have black wives, black mothers, black daughters. But she don't have no children, and she's married to a white man. But we are the ones who hate black women. Man, why is this video so long?
especially Kamala. I'm not saying I love her, but she ain't Trump.
But she ain't Trump. That's what she said. Not that she ain't true. I don't know who make these AI captions, but said, but she ain't Trump. Just so long as she ain't Trump, you'll vote for her. So don't bring the blackness in. Just say you don't like Trump, and we'll respect you more for that.
Okay. It's gonna be y'all. Y'all gonna fuck it up. I've had too many conversations where there's absolutely no real data or real policy talk or real um stats.
Okay, I'm not sure about the stats, but Trump had talked about policy. Trump has a what's it called? 47 Trump 47. I can't brain fart right now on his website. Matter of fact, heck, this is real time. Sick of y'all. Let me see. Let me see. Because I know Kamala didn't have policies for a long time on her website, but then she threw up these policies the last second. A lot of them are things that Trump has created, and she just reworded them. Then she Agenda 47. That's what it's called. But y'all want to put Project 2025 on them, but he's saying he ain't got nothing to do with that. Look at Agenda 47. That's on his website. Kamala got her website. You want to believe her, but you don't want to believe him. I don't get it. I don't get it. So we got Agenda 47 platform. Let me see. Read the official 2024 Republican Party platform here. He got, let's see, 20 things. Seal the border, stop the migrant invasion. Carry out the largest deportation operation in American history. You need that because we jacked up. End inflation and make America affordable again. What? Make America the dominant energy producer in the world by far. Stop outsourcing and turn the United States into a manufacturing superpower. Large tax cuts for workers and no tax on tips. Defend our Constitution, our Bill of Rights, and our fundamental freedoms, including freedom of speech, freedom of religion, and the right to keep and bear arms. Them boys went up there and said, Jesus is King, Christ is Lord, and they got put out of Kamala Harris's rally, and she dissed them, talking about you at the wrong rally. Freedom of religion. Prevent World War III, restore peace in Europe and in the Middle East, and build a great Iron Dome missile defense shield over our entire country. All made in America. Israel got an Iron Dome. How come we don't have an Iron Dome? You see what I'm saying? End the weaponization of government against the American people, stop the migrant crime epidemic, demolish the foreign drug cartels, crush gang violence, and lock up violent offenders. This man got policies. Rebuild our cities, including DC, make them safe, clean, and beautiful again. This man got policies. So for her to say there's no policies, man, just look them up. I ain't got to tell you what the policies are. You just look them up. He got them.
Oh, he's a
But she didn't have no policies.
businessman. If that is the only fucking thing you have to
Hey, his business acumen helped us those 4 years he was here. Let's just be honest. Though that business acumen got our troops up out of other countries while he was here. Put more money in your pocket while he was in office. So don't knock the business acumen because shoot, ain't that what most of y'all want to be? Business women with your candles and your shea butters and your soaps. You see what I'm saying? I mean, and your food trucks. Ain't everybody? Ain't y'all about business too? I know I
say
am.
after I just named all of that shit, you the problem. You the problem because yeah.
So I just counteract everything that you said. So now I can't be the problem because I came with the real. You came with feelings. She came with feelings. I came with facts and knowledge. So I'm not the problem.
United
Matter of fact, I'm looking out. I don't know if you like dudes or not, but if you do, and you have kids of your own, and you know you got a family or whatever, I'm looking out for your children. just like I'm looking out for mine. I'm looking out for your children, your grandchildren, just like I'm looking out for mine. And if you ain't have no kids, no grandkids, that's fine. I'm looking out for you too, and looking out for my people. So I am not the problem. And besides, if every black woman voted Democrat, they should have no problem winning. As a matter of fact, I'm gonna give.
The states is a business, but we are people. We are people, and the people still need actual, genuine leadership, even though
She's not it. She's not it. She can't answer questions. She don't have policies. She gets stumped real easy on questions. She gets in front of world leaders and say a friend in need is a friend indeed, and then passes over to the man who's really in charge over there. It's she's not she's not. I told y'all, them countries overseas. Number one, she's an Eastern, like a Mid Eastern, South Asian, whatever you want to call it. Those people do not respect her as a woman. You talk about we don't like black women. Them people over there, watch the videos, young lady. Watch the videos of how they treat their women over there in that country. I've seen them beat them. I've seen them stone them, set them on fire. They do things. I mean, beat them because they didn't accept a marriage proposal. Beat them just for the heck of it. They make them work to death. Man, those people in those other countries do not respect their women. And you think they, as one of their women is our president, they're gonna respect her then? She's going to be a laughing stock. So she cannot be leadership. That's one of the major points that you got to look at. You got to get off the emotion. And you got to look at that. But you know what? Let me look at one more little thing and then I'm going to cut this off, man, if I can find it. If I can find it. This is from Pew Research. And let's see how many black voters are out. Say key facts about black eligible voters in 2024. We got what 34,450,000 eligible voting population, black folk. Black Americans are projected to account for 14% of eligible voters in the United States. 14%. As of 2022, about half of the black eligible voters live in one of 8 states. So 50% of us live in one of 8 states. So you're telling me that we're gonna make a big difference like that? I mean, our votes count, but you know what? It does. Because when you talk about them small margins, we make a big difference. You know what I'm saying? Them small gains. They say Texas has the most black eligible voters in 2022, but DC had the highest share. I voted Monday, early voting. Make sure y'all go do it too. The lines may be long, but if you want to wait till next week to the early vote, I know Ellis County gonna open up four more polls because of the turnout that they've had this week. So just don't fret. Just go ahead, like I said, go ahead and vote. They say Texas has the most. They say Texas, we got 2.9 million black voters, but DC, of the DC population, 45% of their population are black voters. In Mississippi, 37%, man, 37% of their voters are black voters. Georgia, 33%, Maryland, 33%, Louisiana, 32% are black voters. If I'm not mistaken, at least Mississippi, Georgia, and I want to say Louisiana. I think Georgia's just turned blue, barely, but probably finna turn back red. But if I'm not mistaken, Mississippi, Georgia, and Louisiana are red, just like Texas, Georgia, Florida is red, but New York and California. Texas, Georgia, and Florida got the most black eligible voters, but New York and California got the 4th and 5th, and they're blue. The other 3 states are red. So that just shows you we don't make up. Let's say black voters make up nearly half of eligible voters in DC. Oh, my bad. So, I mean, there's a map here. This is on Pew Research. You can look this up yourself. So most of the states that got black voters are southern states, and most of the southern states are red. So that's what you call that's where your electoral college comes in. That's where your electoral college comes in. And so it's like, shoot, if we did vote, what's that girl, Stacey Abrams, I think in Georgia, did she lose? And they said she should have been mayor if black men voted, but it showed that black men did vote in high numbers, damn near the same high number as black women did, and she still didn't win. That's because the white voters didn't vote for her, not us. It said about 7 in 10 black people in the U.S. are eligible to vote. 7 in 10. So where's your voter suppression at? Man, get out there and vote. It's a black eligible voters different from the overall population of eligible voters by age, education, and other factors. Around 1 in 4 black eligible voters, 23%, have a bachelor's degree, lower than the share among all U.S. adults at 33%. So, I mean, you black folks go to school. Another 34% of black eligible voters have some college education or associate's degree. That would be me. The remaining 43% have a high school diploma or less, compared with 36% of eligible voters. I'm gonna tell you like I'm tell you like this. Most of your people who don't have a college degree or making decent amount of money, they're either not gonna vote or they're gonna vote blue. It's just simple as that. Because they just don't feel what people like I feel, people like me feel when you're making more money, paying taxes, got families, trying to live a certain, at a certain point. Not saying trying to, because everybody's trying, should be trying. Actually living at a certain point in their life, financially or career wise, you're gonna vote because man, excuse me, you're gonna vote because you're gonna want change. Like seriously. But anywho, that's all I got for this video, man. Look, young lady, what's this court with a K? I'm gonna put her page in the description box so y'all can check it out. Check out her videos or whatever. I haven't checked out any more of her videos but this one. But this caught my eye. That's why, I was getting ready for bed. That's why you see me with my slap cap on. It's about to get cool out there. If you want slap caps, hit up my website. Matter of fact, if you don't see it on my website, let me know. I gotta look it up. But anyway, you know what I'm saying? $10 for these slap caps, man. Satin lined. I would take it out, but I got my do-rags on. I'm not gonna do that. Satin lines, so it keeps the moisture in your hair. You can wear it when it gets cool out. I mean, $10 can't beat it. And like I said, if you don't see it, hit me up. I get you. I know what I'm saying. I get you. I got you hooked up. $10 a piece. Just pay $10 in the shipping. You'll be all right. But anyway, get off this phone. Phone. Let me get off this camera and get ready to lay it down. Got to get up. Got a career to go to in the morning. But anyway, thank y'all for watching. Don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. Those 4 things cost you nothing but maybe a couple of minutes out your day, but it means the world to us here. Also, if you want to support monetarily, you can give super thanks, super chats, or click in the description box. Go to the description box below. There are links there you can click on. You can support us monetarily there. Also, don't forget to go to marlonmorale.com. That's marlonmorale.com, where you can get 10% off your first purchase. Or, like I said in other videos, you go to the shop button below. We got products that is on sale, like our beard kits, and like I said, I might just put these slap kits. I got these in gray, this color, and I got them in black too. Might just put these on there too. $10 for each for the slap caps. The mini beard kits with the beard wash, beard oil, and the beard balm, great starter kit, sandalwood, clinically proven to help stimulate hair follicle growth. This is what you need to get that beard started or to get that beard bigger. I also got derma rollers on my website. If you want me to add that on there, shoot, I'll do that too. Just let me know. But anyway, check it out in the shop button below. Hey, however you get the products, you will not be disappointed. But with that being said, hey, and the money you save on the beard kits, you can put it on some perfumes you got on there too. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. But anyway, with that being said, I'll leave you in peace and I'll see you on the other side.